Hello guys, and wanted to welcome you back to the channel. This is going to be the second video I'll be posting, and it's going to be a little different from the first one. It's not going to be an unboxing. Like I said, it was going to be about the Moondrop Arias. Those are coming, and I don't seem to have them on hand, but they are definitely going to be the next video after this one. I promise. But I was going to record that video, and then I decided, oh, I should wait and try to do different types of videos every other time. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So this is just going to basically be like what I've purchased in the mail stream, things like that. So it's going to be a mix of video games, movies, steelbooks, music, vinyls, stuff like that. So my first item that I get to show you guys is A Whole New World. It's a PS Vita game, and I got it for $45 at the exchange. And I categorize this one as a huge win because it's a limited edition Vita set, which is already in and of itself very rare. And it includes the original soundtrack, which I'm a very big fan of soundtracks, and I can presume that this is going to have a very good soundtrack as well, because I already can tell you that I love the art style. Sorry that I knocked the camera. And it just looks like a game that I'm going to really enjoy. And I do plan on checking it out, so I will definitely check this game out in the next couple of months that my channel has started, and hopefully that if I enjoy it, I'll put out a video about it, maybe. And also maybe reviewing the soundtrack, things like that. I do have a Vita, and I do have a PSP, so collecting these games is very important to me, especially physically, because the longer you wait, pretty much the more rare they are going to become. So I'm glad I picked this up for sure. So that leaves us off to our next item that I picked up, which is Battlefield 5. And I know this might be a little controversial, only because it is the current PS Plus game of the month. But just, I don't know, to me, I love picking up physical games. Because, I mean, look at this. Not only did I pick up the game itself, but I got the Steelbook, which looks very nice, honestly. Very glad I picked it up, honestly. I heard it's a pretty good game. It has like small campaign stories here and there, so definitely looking forward to checking it out. It is EA, but hopefully by now they have updated and patched it to the point where it's going to be a pretty decent and fun experience. So one of the other things I wanted to show you guys is Spirit of the North soundtrack. Now, this came with my Signature Edition set of the game. I did buy the Signature Edition of the PS4 game, and I bought the Signature Edition set of the PS5 game. So, I do have 2 copies of this. I am going to sell the PS4 set. Not the set, but the game, obviously, with the case and then the soundtrack. I just have to decide whether or not I want to do that. Pretty sure I want to, but we'll just have to see. A very good soundtrack. A lot of the music in the game is obviously virtual instruments, but I don't really think that it takes too much away from the proper experience. Yeah, but that's obviously very opinionated, and some people can only withstand orchestral music with orchestras, and that's totally fine. Obviously, it would sound 10 times better if it was played by an orchestra, but I still feel like the composer was able to get across the message that they wanted to get to the player, basically. So this is really cool. This is Wreck-It Ralph, a cast and crew exclusive, the complete score. So I did own this before, about 10 years ago or so, whenever the movie first came out. But the very cool thing about these is these were actually given out to, obviously, the cast and crew of Pixar movies. They have one for WALL-E. They have one for The Incredibles. And they also have one for Up. And there's just a bunch of movies they have them for. I'm pretty sure even John Carter has one, which is kind of surprising, considering I don't think that is a Pixar movie, but it is a Disney movie. So, very interesting indeed. Now, this next pickup that I got is the FYC DVD screener set of The Queen's Gambit, which is a recent Netflix show. Very, very good show with exquisite music, and I mean very good. I really enjoy the soundtrack to this TV show, and I would definitely recommend it to any soundtrack listener, for sure. And it's just a very good TV series all around, and I'll be looking forward to the next season. So, after that, I had this really cool, interesting pickup of a Disney promo, which is possible remix material, CD number 2 for Bro Rabbit, which seems very cool, honestly. Obviously, these are CDRs with just recycled paper, basically glued, or not glued, but probably somehow stuck on top of a Memorex CD. But still cool nonetheless. I am a collector of all things promos and pretty much anything that I can get my hands on that is Disney. Because these things are kind of like history, and I just want to archive it. I think that's a very good hobby that I have. Obviously, can be very expensive. And I don't know. I've just I just enjoy collecting music, whether it be musics, whether it be soundtracks, just music in general, but mainly promos that I love collecting, and I get the most satisfaction out of having or owning physically, because you can always pick up regular official releases, but you can't always pick up things like this possible remix material CD set. So it is only the second CD, but it's still really cool to just have. So this next one is actually really cool looking. It's the Blue Dragon original soundtrack, which I do own the game now. So I do want to check out this game. I've heard good and bad things about it. So I'm definitely willing to open up my Xbox, which I really haven't touched since I purchased it, and, give the game a try. This is the booklet. It has nice looking art, honestly. Like, that's pretty cool. Like, really cool looking art. And then, obviously, the booklet is in, I believe it's Japanese. So, and then they just show the different characters. I hope these aren't spoilers, but if they are, oh well, I'm sorry. Spoiler warning, I guess. But that's definitely a game that I want to try out and possibly review in the future. I do have the game, but I don't have it on hand, so unfortunately I can't show it in this video. The next thing I picked up, these aren't in order of what I picked up, but is a Billie Eilish promo. I know a lot of people really dislike or don't appreciate her music as much as some people do. I really enjoyed No Time to Die, the song, obviously because I'm a huge Hans Zimmer fan. And this is an official CD promo of the song, as well as Everything I Wanted. It's more of like a mini CD thing, but it is a regular CD. Very, very nice looking. And yeah. It's authentic in the sense that it's been approved by her label and everything like that. And the next one that I want to show off is a movie called Synchronicity. So, right here, and this is even signed by the composer himself, Ben Lovett. So, very cool soundtrack. I remember I had, like, when this soundtrack first came out and when I first discovered it, I was pretty much listening to it on repeat. Like, it was that good. I haven't listened to it lately, only because there's so many soundtracks that are coming out every single week that it's really hard to, keep up with the new ones as well as, constantly listening to the ones that I really want to listen to. But I'll definitely give it a re-listen someday. And I just think it's nice to finally pick this up physically, because I really enjoy his music. And I hope that he will continue, obviously, to write music. Another one is a bit of an older one, actually. It's a soundtrack composed by, I don't know if I can pronounce this correctly, but Tan Dune. And cello solos by Yo-Yo Ma. And I believe it's signed by both of them. I can't tell you for certain, but I picked this up off eBay. I'm hoping that the signatures are legit, because this is a bit of an older film, and if they are legit, then that's really, really unique and cool. I've never actually listened to this soundtrack, but I'm pretty intrigued in checking it out now that I've bought the soundtrack. So, gonna be looking forward to listening to that one. The next one that I picked up is Hitman 3 Deluxe Edition, which is actually, the Deluxe Edition specifically is by Limited Run Games. I don't know if will say that, but yeah, I actually don't see that. That's weird. But I know that for a fact that the Deluxe Edition is limited to Limited Run Games, and that's the only way that you can buy it physically. Obviously, you can buy it digitally pretty easily. However, the PS5 Deluxe Edition is only from Limited Run Games. And I picked it up for a decent price of $30. So, definitely have been looking forward to playing that game. I've never played any of the Hitman games before, but I hope that I hope the third one is just a game that I can jump into and really enjoy. The next set, or soundtrack, that I picked up is Knowing. And this is the Deluxe Edition that came out recently, actually last week, by Varèse Sarabande. So, very looking forward to this, because I remember this being one of my holy grails whenever I first got into film scores back in like 2014, 2013. No, not 2013. Wow, that would have been... Yeah, 2013 actually. Around that time. Like, around the time that Man of Steel came out is when I really, really, really got serious about listening and collecting film music. And it's just grown from there, honestly. It really has. So, definitely looking forward to checking that one out, as I'm glad that it's finally got a release, and I'm willing to support things like that. Like, if you see a label or a company doing something that you really have been passionate about, the best thing that you can do is to honestly support them. Like, purchase that, Buy that and support the label. Show the label that it was worth putting a release together like that. And maybe more good things will come towards your way, That's the only thing I can say. Is just supporting the labels is the best thing you can do, especially if it's something you're very passionate about collecting. The next set, just going off on a tangent again, is Ion Flux. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but this is a score by Graham Revell. Very good score. And I don't think that this was ever released physically. This is actually, I believe it was released physically, but this is the expanded score that has unreleased music from compared to the official release. So, always wanted to physically own this. Obviously, it is a CDR, but that doesn't mean that it's fake, because this is, as you can tell, made by Caustic Communications, which is an official music, I believe, not a distributor, but it's kind of like the Craft Angle, similar to that company. It's basically a company that you can use to represent yourself in your music, and it's an agency pretty much. That was the word I was looking for. So this next one is pretty cool. It's it's from this documentary called Feels Good Man, and I just love the art. Honestly, like, look at all those peepos. It's just pretty funny. I'm glad I picked this up because I feel like someday this will be really, really, really rare. I got the one that's half green, half pink, obviously, as you can tell in the back. Pretty cool. I doubt I'll ever like give it a spin, only because I don't have a really good record player. However, I am going to try and listen to the music somehow. Maybe even check out the documentary. I don't know. I saw that the documentary actually had really good reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, so I might have to check it out, honestly. This other game that I picked up is one that was actually pretty unpopular when it first came out, and I think it does still have a little bit of a fan base. I'm not sure, though. It's not an online game, as far as I can tell, but I believe it's just single player, but it, it it looks unique, honestly, and I'm willing to give it a shot. It's called the Technomancer. You might have never heard of it, but it looks pretty cool. I'm gonna show off the back just so you can read that. You can pause it if you want to read the little description. You can look it up. Obviously, before you buy GameRanks, they do pretty good reviews on video games, but he kind of roasted this game a little bit. However, I don't always agree with him in some of his videos, so I'm still willing to give this a shot. I picked it up for $10, so even if it's not the greatest game, at least I can hopefully sell it if I don't want to keep it. And one of the other games that I picked up recently is Abzu. Now, this, I don't know why, and I don't know if this is true still, but this game was like $80 on Amazon and eBay. So, like, I had to pick this up used from, like, Goodwill on Amazon and hope that, like, it would come in a physical case with the disc and everything, like, not, like, a fake case with, printed art out, like fake stuff. I don't know. When I collect things, I want it to be like with the original case, with the original art, and the original disc, obviously. If you're not getting the original disc, you're obviously going to get ripped off. So, I don't know. I was glad to have picked that up for like $20. So, I'm glad that I did that before it might have even skyrocketed higher than that. Now this is pretty cool. This is actually pretty heavy, honestly. This is Metro Exodus, the limited edition Aurora set. Comes with the Metro Exodus dynamic theme for the PS4, which I have a PS5, so I can't really use dynamic themes unless they add an update for that, which would be cool. So it shows like the stuff that this set includes. It obviously has this exclusive steelbook, which is really heavy. The game, obviously. The expansion pass, which is probably used since this is a used copy. But if I enjoy the game, obviously I'm going to support the developer by purchasing the expansion pass to further play the DLCs. And it also includes a really cool art book, The World of Metro. So, really looking forward to checking out this game when I get some free time. Work has obviously been very busy, and I haven't really been able to have a chance of checking out new games. I've been really into Genshin Impact recently, so I've been playing that almost every night that I have a chance to get on PS5. And then here and there, I'll still try and get onto Red Dead so that I can do my dailies and also get enough XP for the Outlaw Pass, because obviously that's going to end at the end of May, and I need to get my butt going on that if I want to get all the rewards. And I'm just going to show off this last one. This is the Gold Edition Steelbook for Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Tom Clancy's, obviously. I don't know why he has to have his name in the beginning of all of his games and even movies now. I'm kind of looking forward to checking out that movie, honestly. But it looks like a good game. I've never really been into FPSs, but I'm definitely willing to give it a shot. And if I enjoy it, it is by Ubisoft, so it's either hit or miss, honestly. So I'm hoping that it'll be good. And if it is, then obviously it's a win. If it's not, like, I only had to pay $20 for this, so I see that as a win. And it's obviously brand new. Like, this is still sealed, with the sticker across the steelbook and everything. So definitely looking forward to checking that one out, and hopefully give you guys an update video on some of these things that I picked up. Obviously, I got my AirPods from the last video up in the top left there. Unfortunately, when I was trying to show you guys stuff, it kind of fell, but hopefully didn't damage them. And then I got my little buddy over here, you know, the coolest Genshin Impact character. Obviously, that's a very controversial opinion, but I do really enjoy that character. But my favorite by far is definitely Tartaglia. He's one of the coolest. I just love the fact that he has dual swords. So I just wanted to show off those because those are also recent pickups. I do have other ones of different characters, like they're little acrylic standees. I got them off AliExpress, which I know is not the most reputable website, only because pretty much all of their sellers are located in China. So if you order something, it can, especially if it's a high-end class item, like if you order AirPods from there and they're $10, obviously they're not going to be legit, but they're going to be very good-looking fakes and maybe even trick people. And maybe that's what people want. They just want something to use to connect to their phone easily and efficiently. So I don't know. Maybe it's something that people really enjoy. One of the ideas I had is I was going to go through AliExpress, check out different earbuds and headphones, and possibly order them so that I can review them on the channel for you guys. So if you make it this far into the video and you think that that might be something you'd be interested in, please leave a comment down below and let me know. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed a little look at the collection of mail that I've been getting recently. And I hope to do some of these update videos, probably weekly or something like that. So please stay up to date with my channel if you enjoy this kind of content. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.